Hello, Carlos. How are you doing?
Hey Oscar, I'm doing fine. How are you?
Well, not that well, actually, I have to be honest. I like to work with English, and there is no denying that I know how to do my thing. However, since we started with the coronavirus, I have been just instructing online, but so far I have been doing this with around 15 students. Well,
Okay.
in 5 days, I have to just make a conference, and I think I'm going to have around 100 people. And these days, I don't know what's been happening to me. I have been feeling anxious to the point that when I want to present, I feel like asphyxiated. And I don't know what's going on here. So, what recommendations can you give me? Because people say you're so good at creating strategies. What can you tell me, please? Because I'm a little bit anxious right now, to be honest.
Okay, Oscar. Yeah, some days ago you told me you were struggling this uh, with this
Anxiety.
new
Oh,
type of
mm,
of of teaching.
mm,
It's really different having a presentation like face to face
mm. Super
and
crazy.
like via Zoom or video conference.
Hmm.
So, well, I would like to start. Well, my first piece of advice would be like, um, the sooner you prepare yourself, you prepare your material, you
Right.
prepare your presentation, the better. You need to be prepared.
Mm.
Okay, the
Yes.
audience, your students are gonna answer, are gonna respond
Mm.
the same way you talk to them. If you talk to them in a in a
Yes.
in a, in a good way, if you show preparation, they are gonna show themselves in the same
Mm.
way.
Yes, but I forgot to tell you that I'm not going to have students. I'm going to have colleagues. So
Okay,
it's
okay,
more
that
challenging, more
yeah,
challenging because, as
harder.
you know, yes, and I, I have never felt insecure. But when you work with specialists, I mean, we're talking about the way I speak. We're talking about what I'm gonna speak, you know,
Yeah,
and I'm so anxious. Yes, you said that I need to be ready. I think that's good. That's a good piece of advice. However, it doesn't matter. I mean, I don't want to be pessimistic, but you know, sometimes actually we were talking about this. There are people who know a lot about something, but they don't know how to
can
deliver.
express.
Yes,
Yeah,
exactly.
they
So
struggle
have
expressing that.
you ever seen yourself in a similar situation like this?
Well, yes, when I started having presentations at school, I used to struggle with this, because as a student, I can show like I know better than some of my partners, my other students partners. So, well, a piece of advice, from I think my mom or my dad
Mm-hmm.
gave me like 10 years ago, that
Mm-hmm.
I would like to pass on, is that if you're talking to a group that knows exactly or are the same, I mean, are on the same level as
Mm-hmm.
well, in your case, you're going to talk to colleagues, you're not going to
Mm-hmm.
talk to students, you're going to talk to colleagues.
Yeah.
You need to know their opinion about the topic you're going to talk about.
Mm.
So, a good way to know their opinion is asking questions. If you're going to
Mm.
present a conference, you don't need to be the only one to talk. You can know their opinions by, let's say, for example, you're presenting your topic, but you say first, hey, before I start, I would like to know a few of your opinions in order
Mm-hmm.
to start my ideas. So
All
you say,
right.
for example, I don't know, Robert,
Mm-hmm.
what's your opinion about, I don't know, pollution? Let's say that's the topic of your conference,
Mm-hmm.
and Robert will say, I think pollution should be treated this way, and blah blah blah, and you can have a point to start. You'll have a start point to your conference. So why don't you try to think of some questions to start your conference, and you have an advantage that you have 5 more days to prepare your conference, so you can write down some like 3 questions or 5 questions,
All right.
and you can ask like 2 of them at the beginning of the presentation and 3 more at the end of the presentation, because you want your audience to feel like welcoming to talk, you know. Well, sorry, welcome to talk. Welcome to talk, because if you're talking to colleagues, they know maybe the same you do, or maybe more than you do. So it's important that they
Oh, wow.
feel like in a
Definitely.
conversation. You're not
Yeah.
teaching them, we're
All
talking to
right.
them.
I definitely think you are giving me some good pieces of advice. Sure. Well, I think I'm going to try them on to see how things turned out eventually. But yeah, it's a challenge actually. Is there anything else that you would
Yeah.
like to tell me?
Yes. Well, I don't know. It's usually a good idea to have like a different kind of presentation. Let's say,
Mm,
for example, you want to present, I don't know, a paragraph in a
mhm.
PowerPoint. How do you say layer? Right, layer.
In a layer, yes.
Okay, let's say you want to present a paragraph in a PowerPoint layer,
Mhm.
but you have to remember this. You don't want your audience to feel bored, you know. You want it to be active. You want it to be participating. You want it to feel like they are just talking to you, but at the same
Mhm.
time they are learning. So you can't present a whole paragraph, because they are gonna be like, this is so boring. I have to read this whole paragraph, and this man
Mhm.
is just talking and talking and talking. You need to make a different presentation, an attractive presentation, with colors, with less words. For example, instead of,
More
of
visual,
writing a whole,
non-verbal.
yeah, instead of writing a whole paragraph, just um, write down the 5 or 6 or 7
Mhm.
keywords, and just place them in the layer, with pictures, with transitions, in order to present the same idea, but in a
Mhm.
more attractive way, in
Mm,
a visual
all
way.
right. Wow. Wow. I mean, I'm going to take it up actually. I think that's quite good. Thank you very much, Carlos. I really appreciate that. Is there anything
Thank
else
you,
that you would
Oscar.
like? Yes. Is there anything else that you would like to say?
No, I would think that would be it, Oscar. If you have any other question, I would be happy to help you.
All right. Thank you very much, Carlos. I really appreciate it. I'm so nervous. Oh my God. All right. Thank you. Well, I'm gonna see how things result in 3 days. So take care and see you soon, my friend.
Oscar.
Right.
Bye
Bye
bye.
bye.